Mm-hmm. You got enough liner on to.
Okay.
Now they probably can hear us. We on one of those things. Oh, well, we're ready to go and didn't even know it, y'all. Welcome to the Pensacola Network.
Welcome.
Oh, all of those people out in the digital world can hear the thousands of people we have here live.
All right, calm down, you guys.
That's right, that's right. And I'm with my guest co-host. Y'all give it up for the incredible, incomparable Ernestine Dunklin. Ernestine is no stranger to radio and to sales, and she had a long career in radio sales. And so, are you trying to sell us something today?
Nope, not today.
Not today? Should we buy something?
I used to sell cars too. Anybody need a car? No.
Are you giving away? Oh, this is like Oprah. You get a car, and you get a car, and you get a car.
And you get to go and buy one.
Oh, you got to put it up loud. They got to hear you loud.
Oh, I got to be louder?
Yes, there you go.
Oh, wow.
So what were you saying about the new car? Don't be
Me?
shy now. Don't be shy now. Wasn't she just saying something neat about a new car?
I don't remember. It is not a Tesla.
You get a new car, and now they're going to be specific about what kind of new car. And that's something, people get something free, and then they want to know what kind it is.
That's right.
It's like when you have a party, and they say, who's going to be there?
That's right.
Who gonna be there? Yeah. How have you been? You've been nice and retired, and then...
I have been, and then
yeah.
I went back to work, working for a home health care agency, black owned and operated in Pensacola, Florida, Synergy Medical Services. We do home health care. We send nurses out to the home for rehabilitation, occupational therapy, and physical therapy.
Okay. And you're online in all the digital places they can find you?
We are.
Paid political advertisement from Synergy Health Care.
Shameless plug.
So this is Women's History Month too. Happy
Awesome.
Women's History Month, y'all.
Awesome, yeah.
Yep. And two of the men clapped, so we're gonna do that again.
Right.
Two of the 1,000 of the men clapped. So we're gonna do that. That's what I meant. That's what I meant.
We need
So we're gonna
all
do that again.
1,500 men
That's
to
right.
clap.
Happy Women's History Month. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. How do you celebrate Women's History Month?
I'm standing here with you.
Oh, what?
This is a celebration
Oh, what?
in itself.
That what?
Fabulous, Robin Richard.
You so kind. You so kind.
Oh,
you so
you can
kind.
pay me later.
Okay, all right, I will. You can get some of Niece's chicken. You can get some of Niece's chicken later.
And I want some too.
Yes. Well, we are in a fabulous place, so we want to thank all of our sponsors for making this happen. Lloyd has put them up online, and so including we are live streaming on WBQP TV. Anybody say a whoop whoop for WBQP TV? Yep, all over Florida, Alabama, Mississippi, and the world. That's what Vernon Watson always tells me, and Vernon too says we are all over the world. So
That's right.
So Dzień dobry, my
What he
friends in
said.
Poland. That's the only foreign word I know. That's the only word I know. That's the only word I know. And so speaking of Women's History Month, in this month's Bella magazine, I just came back from their grand opening. Kimberly Watson is featured.
Awesome.
Yep, with the Watson Foundation and Watson Law Firm. They just got a new office downtown, a new and bigger expanded office downtown. So we want to celebrate and shout out to them. And then we also have in here our speaker from last summer, Valerie Boyd, is in here with Sonia Faye's Botanicals too.
Oh, okay, great, awesome.
Yep. So she has a wonderful hair oil. I'm gonna give her a plug because when I started, my hair was 2 inches, and now it's 2.5 inches long. I'm kidding. Okay. It's a little bit longer than that. I got it wrapped up, tied up, tangled up here.
That's right.
Pulled up.
Yeah, she's trying to fool y'all.
I know, but she has wonderful hair products. And then there's also, I saw Renee Perry in there with East Hill Edible Gardening, who's been a sponsor, and I saw Bridget and Larry Brooks in there from Brooks Realty. Yep.
Yes,
So it's a lot of people in there, and the Living the Dream team was in there too.
Awesome.
So yeah. So shout out to Bella for celebrating women.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I was thinking when you said Kimberly Watson about they're doing such a great job with the Juneteenth celebration.
Oh yeah, yep. It's going to be this summer. They do a whole week, so we're excited about that. And so y'all know we don't care who you vote for, but we want you to vote.
Please.
And next week
Please.
we got some shout outs saying we do care. But we want you to go to the poll. The important thing is to go to the poll. Now you can get on the poll or whatever you want to, but we want you to go to the poll. We want you to go to the poll. That's all.
And cast your vote.
And
that kind of poll.
That kind of poll. But if you want to get on another poll, I'm just saying we don't discriminate against polls.
That's right. It's Women's Month.
That's right.
Hey, do what you
Reverend
want
Powell
to
gonna
do.
be praying for you here in
Oh,
a second.
okay.
But tomorrow, right here in the Belmont DeVille neighbor. Oh, it's on. Yeah. Okay. So tomorrow, the entertainer, the media mogul, 2 Chainz is going to be here, right, in Reverend Powell's spot right at the Truth for Youth building from 11 to 4.
Is that right?
I got the phone call. I called the people to say, is this true? And then they sent me the flyer. And so I don't know 2 Chainz music, but I know his money because he's been in Architectural Digest. So I'm just saying. So
Okay.
2 Chainz is going to be here on behalf of one of the campaigns. So we want you to make sure to not only come out and support Reverend Powell and Truth for Youth because he's doing some great work over there, but there's also this opportunity to vote, and they're doing the Souls to the Polls as well on tomorrow, and that's 11 to 4.
I need to come and see 2 Chainz. I got 2 earrings.
You got just wear what you got on today and say you're his cousin.
Yeah.
You say you're his cousin.
Right.
You lined up against a whole bunch of other cousins. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So that's tomorrow from 11 to 4. But it is important that we get out and vote. And so whether you've already voted, Commissioner Williams over here is nodding and agreeing, whether you've already voted or whether you plan on voting on, is it Tuesday, Judge? Tuesday. April Fool's Day. Well, don't be no fool. Go on out and vote. I'm just saying, that should be a tagline. Don't be no fool. Go on and vote.
And Saturday is the last day for early voting. Is that right?
Tomorrow's the last day for early voting. So however you choose to vote, please do so. It is your right, it is your privilege, and it's your responsibility. So anything else on voting?
Yes. If you have children, just do a drive-by like I do and snatch them out of the house, put them in the car, and hey, early voting, here we go. We go as a team. That's what I do with mine.
I like that, to show them, to not just to tell them to vote, but to show them.
And go with them. Yeah, show them, let them see you voting, and then, you want them to see that and know the importance.
And snatch them gingerly, don't snatch them. Oh, she said, well, I just left the Watson law firm now. I don't want you to be a client, Ernestine.
I won't be.
Erna, I don't want you to be a client. So who is here for the first time? Oh, would you stand up, please? We got 2, 3,
2
come on. Oh, come on. Stand up, please. Stand up, please. We want to welcome, and I got to be careful because I got one under the age of 18, that these are our virgins. So y'all welcome our virgins. Mm-hmm. Oh, y'all gonna be quiet now, and I welcome. Thank you.
It's okay.
And it's like church. We don't want you to say nothing, but we're glad you're here, and whoever invited you, we appreciate them because that's how we continue to grow and to succeed. So, and we are in this is going to be our 13th year. How many?
Whoa.
How many? Okay, you want me to add up now? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, do the math.
I went to public school. What you
Quick,
done?
do the math.
2025 minus, So we're going into our
You started in 2013 is what he said?
And it's 2025.
Okay.
So which year? Oh, y'all went to
That's
public
what,
school too? Only 12? Okay, good. All right. Well, nobody knows how to add in here, so we're going to have Neil is going to be, Neil, you're our guest next month, so we'll have a financial person who can bring us, maybe he brings us.
If it was money, I could think a little bit quicker, yeah.
But sense, that's all right. And then the last thing is I want to talk about, unless we have any other announcements, that we're going to have, again, the second Black Innovation Summit is going to be right here, April 19th.
Oh, wow.
April 18th and 19th. It's going to be, we're going to have the reception at the Kukua Institute on the 18th, and then the 19th is going to be right here. And we had a wonderful time. Mr. Williams was here representing ECUA last year, and some of you were here. I know we had some volunteers who were here last year. Judge Bennett was here. So we had a wonderful time celebrating Black innovation and those who are in business. So we got people coming from California and North Carolina, Memphis, Cantonment, where else? I'm just saying, where else? I don't know. Gulf Breeze. Santa Rosa County. Okay, we got them coming from all over. So
well,
y'all, so
and
yeah.
we need to come out and support.
Yeah, and it's a great opportunity to. We have. I'm really excited. Sidney King from the Commonwealth National Bank over in Mobile. This area's only African American owned
coming
bank.
back again?
He will be here for and he wasn't here last year for the summit.
But he was. I did meet him here before.
Yes, he was here. He's been one of our speakers. So yeah, we're gonna see if he brings a big check for, and I don't know, to make an investment in somebody. I'm just putting that out. I'm just putting
Put it
that
out there.
Okay. Any other announcements? Anybody got a joke? No, nothing. You thinking, Mr. Williams over there? You thinking is that a joke or an announcement? Okay, all right. But again, before we conclude this part, please, if you are in Northwest Florida or wherever you are, if you're listening to us over the airways, that you have the opportunity to vote on Tuesday. It is important. It's our democratic process. It's our democracy, and this great thing we call a republic. And so we want to make sure that people go out and vote.
Amen.
Yeah.
We really do.
We really do. Yeah, that's important. And then come and see 2 Chainz tomorrow. I'm just saying. Where your 2 Chainz or your 3?
If you have young people, they'll know who he is.
Yeah, because people in here going like, who is 2 Chainz? I
Yeah.
don't know.
Well,
idea.
What's important though is if you do have young people, whether it's children, grandchildren, let them know because they like celebrities, and if a celebrity can convince them to actually come out to vote and encourage them, that would just reinforce what we're trying to do. So if that's the case, bring the chains on.
Well, he did the most expensivest, that show? No? Okay, we're not hitting on any cylinders here. Okay. So those of you who don't know, it would be like if Denzel was coming to town. Oh, now we get some results. Okay, all right, we get some. Okay, don't act like it's 2 Chainz. Act like it's Denzel. There we go. We're of a certain age.
Right.
We're
that's what kids look at it. Right.
Okay, that's it. All right. Well, anything else?
No, this is wonderful.
Okay. Well, y'all give it up for Miss Ernestine Dunklin with Synergy. Thank you so much for pitch hitting. Brian Wire is at. Oh, we're going to give away some door prizes. Brian Wire was at that same reception I was. So
is that where everybody is?
I think yeah. But listen, they can look online. So you want to give away some door prizes here? I think Ernestine said something about a car. I have.
Somebody said
something
about a Tesla.
A Tesla. I have a hearing issue, so I'm just saying.
It's okay. We can fix that.
I'm just saying. Did y'all meet our young intern Khalil?
Hi. Welcome.
That time of the year again. And speaking of interns, make sure that if you have a high school student, middle school or high school student, the county has opened up their summer youth program where they're doing the paid summer youth opportunity. So make sure to do that. So let me step over here.
Looks like some people are getting their cards.
Okay, let's pull 3 because we have a lot. So let's pull 3, Bobby. We can bring it back. We got plenty of. Y'all give our volunteer Bobby a hand. No, you can't dip away from TV. Retired teacher extraordinaire and volunteer extraordinaire.
And why didn't she have you up here?
because you're doing a better job.
That's it, that's it. Okay, uh-oh, I don't have my glasses on. You got yours?
Not on, no.
Marion Bennett, Marion Bennett, come on down, got one.
Oh.
Arnitha, welcome. Arnitha's tall and sassy, come
All
on
right.
down. And Craig Broughton, oh, our speaker, come on down. We got another
Yay.
prizes for you here.
Winner,
Courtesy
winner,
of
chicken
Florida
dinner.
Power and Light. We'll have you lined up over here in Florida Blue.
Okay.
Come on down. Yeah, yeah. No, aren't you doing Florida Blue? No? Oh, okay. I thought you were doing Florida Blue. Okay, well, here, we're going to give you each, come on and line up here. Ernestine, can you take a picture with them?
Sweet, thank you.
Certainly.
Very nice.
Oh, thank you.
I see you got some of your trunks. You can put this up.
That's it.
Girl,
Come on.
please, I don't drink at all. You'll
go.
be out of luck.
Here you go. Ernestine, why don't you stand over here and take a picture there?
He said, we got you wrong.
There you go.
Are we doing musical chairs? What are
Yeah,
we
y'all
doing?
just look at Lloyd.
I don't have
right
a
here.
chair.
Look at Lloyd that way there.
Okay.
Oh, all of us, right?
Yeah.
Wait, hold on.
Oh, now
Hold
y'all
on,
getting
can you
sophisticated.
see
Oh,
her?
my Lord, have
Okay.
mercy.
All right.
All right.
Thank you to Florida Power and
Thank
Florida
you.
Blue. Thank y'all,
Thank
thank
you,
y'all,
dear.
thank y'all to our great sponsors, and we will come back
Yay.
after that. We will come back after that. All righty. Do we have any other announcements? We're good on the announcements? We're good? Okay. All right.
Who's
Craig, come
next
on up so we
before
can,
the
and
firing
we will,
squad?
what?
Who's next? Step right up.
We want
Tag
to
you're
change over.
it.
You want to do his, you want to, Ernestine, hold on a second. We're going to do the mic change
yeah.
here.
Unhook me wherever. You don't need to wear some hair.
I need some.
That's good. You can have a seat here.
Alrighty.
You want to grab your books, Sarah, or at least one of each, so we can have that to be ready here. And you're gonna hold that microphone up real. There you go, real close. All right, y'all ready? We ready? We ready? Okay, welcome to the Pensacola Network Show. Thank you, A, for you, our new production assistant. Thank you. And before we get started, before I introduce Craig Broughton, I saw a good friend come in. We want to say hi to Mr. Polian Williams over here with Palimba Tree. Y'all give him some love over here. It's good to see him out and about. That's a huge blessing. And then also we attended the service of J.T. Young. J.T. and Avis, his sister Avis Young, Miss Mabel Young made her transition. She was 99 years old, and so they were great people from both East Hill and this neighborhood. So they had her transition. Nita was there this morning. We just wanted to send it out. Some love and prayers to the family as they both mourn and celebrate her. So, okay, you ready?
Yes, I am.
All right, hold that microphone up so they can hear you all the way in Cantonment.
All right.
Melino, I don't know. We may be longer now. We may be longer now. So I grew up around books and have a love and have a deep love for books. Mine are physical books. Lloyd's is audio books, but we both grew up around this idea of reading and seeing yourself in reading. And so our conversation today is with a gentleman I met last year at Pensacola State College, and he was literally hawking his books. But the thing that caught me was the images on your book, and we've been trying to figure out a way to have this conversation. And then so I called him at the last minute, and he said yes. So please welcome author and a children's book author and teacher, Craig E. Broughton.
Thank you.
And I thought it was cool. Every one of your books, and we're going to talk about your newest books, but every one of your books has images of African Americans. I can see myself in your books. So let's kind of go back. I always like to go back before we come forward. Did you grow up as a reader?
Absolutely, absolutely. I grew up loving just,
Put your microphone up. You gotta,
you know, just sitting back admiring my dad and my mother read. And you know, my dad, he was a mechanic, and he would have these thick mechanic books, and he would study his mechanic books all day. And my mother, she was a dietitian, and she'd have her dietitian books, and she'd be reading. And then I got caught onto comic books, and I started a love for comic books, and that's how I started reading. Yes.
Oh wow! I just bought my first comic books too.
Awesome.
So well, it's Ta-Nehisi Coates. I'm going to butcher his name. Ta-Nehisi Coates. Ta-Nehisi Coates. Mr. Coates. I just bought Mr. Coates but he has a Black Panther series. So I just bought my first one because he was doing an interview and I had no idea. So here is this idea, and it's a Marvel Comics one, but here again, that I can see myself in those books. So I imagine when you were looking at your parents reading, you're talking about a dietitian's book and a mechanic's book, that there was really no imagery of you in that.
None at all.
Yeah,
None at
yeah.
all.
What made you gravitate to thinking that you could, write and then writing?
I love to write. I love writing poetry.
Oh.
And I really got inspired with my two children. And I was reading to them, and it was a count to 10 book. And they would have me read that book day in and day out, day in and day out. And then consequently, my son, Bryce, we were walking to the mall, and it had rained a little while, and he just started stepping into puddles. I'm like, Bryce, stop, boom, boom. He just kept on. I was like, God daggone it, that's a book. And that's how we got started.
Not that I'm gonna have to clean his shoes, but that's a book.
Oh, that's a book.
Okay.
That's a book. I said I can create a count to 10 book based off having children use their imagination of stepping in puddles and counting from 1 to 10. And in this book,
Let me hold your other ones there.
okay. And in this book, what I feel is so special about it is that not only do they see the numbers, they can read the numbers and they can count the numbers. And it's like paw prints as he steps in puddles. And everything has a rhyme. So I think the first one says,
So this was your first book, and this is over 10 years ago.
over 10 years ago.
Okay.
It took me a minute to get this book, but I got it done. It goes, puddle number 1, big stump, big splash, Bryce lets out a yell and laughs, laughs, laughs. Puddle number 2, big stump, big splash, Bryce makes the puddle go splash, splash, splash. And as you see, you can see the number 1,
Yeah.
read the number 1, and count the number 1. You see the images, him using his imagination as he steps in the puddles.
So I said that you were a teacher and a children's book author, and we're going to talk about which one came first. But how did you use what you saw in the classroom to help write this book, or didn't see?
Well, what I didn't see was enough children reading. And what I wanted to do was be that inspiration and motivation to have a book written so kids would say, hey, I'd like to pick that up. I'd like to read that book. And as we know, the more a child reads, the more intelligent they become. And what we want, children to be are lifelong readers. And so they'll, accomplish any endeavor because they can read.
So let's go back then. Let's talk about that time between seeing your mother and father read to then what? What were you like as a student in high school?
Whew.
You can go back 100 years. Go ahead.
In high school, I don't know. I was a character. I love community service. That was one thing I was always big in. We had a club called the Cavaliers, and before the Cavaliers, it was the Black Student Union, and I was a part of that.
And this was where?
This is at Woodham High School.
Okay.
Woodham
Okay.
High School. And you know, pretty much that's it.
But wait, but you can't say I was a character and then leave it there, because we want to know the good, the bad, and the ugly. This is Oprah's next show here, so we want to know.
Oh my goodness.
We want to know.
Well, I'll talk about this part.
Okay.
Well, what part of me I idolized Prince and Morris Day in the time.
Oh, okay. We got two fans over here. Okay.
And so by watching Purple Rain, I really enjoyed that character, Morris Day. And from that point on, from 10th grade on all the way to my 12th grade year and on, I dressed shirt and tie every day, had a briefcase. I used to sing and dance.
What?
Yes.
And the hair, come on, the Morris
I
Day hair.
had the waves, but I had that short hair.
Oh.
I couldn't do the afro.
You had the shrades.
I had the
okay,
shrades.
the shrades. the short. Wow, okay. And then after high school?
High school, attended Pensacola State Junior College. At Pensacola State Junior College, I became vice president of the Black Student Union under Leroy Williams. And after Leroy graduated, I was voted to be the president of the Black Student Union. And I really love that. And again, it's community service. I just love helping our community and just helping people in general, and so forth. Yes.
And okay, and then keep going. I'm just gonna get your whole resume here, because we want people to know that it's, our paths are not these direct lines.
No,
Yeah,
no,
that there are these weaves and challenges that you talked about, whether we come out looking like Prince or Morris Day.
Right.
There's these different ways.
And
Yeah.
so I also tell a story about Mr. Paul Mosley. He was the advisor of the Black Student Union at Pensacola State College. It was Pensacola Junior College back then. And I never forget when I was about to graduate, and I was like, okay, this is it. He says, no, young man, Florida A&M is your next step.
Yeah,
And I was like, Mr. Mosley,
I'm done.
I don't think my family can afford it, get out to the Florida A&M University. I think this is it. He says, you're going. And I said, Mr. Mosley, he says, you're going, I'll take care of it. And then one day he called me, says, you're going to Florida A&M University. I have your roommate, his name is Victor Stanton. He was my
Wow.
vice president, and there I went to Florida A&M University. I majored in medical records administration, but I then changed it later on to education. If I can backtrack, I'll put a Black Student Union. The most pivotal moment which made me really want to become an educator was a leadership conference in Boca Raton. Mr. Bill McCrae was the speaker. And he had this amazing poem, and they had an amazing theme. First, the theme that really drew my attention was, he said, if not us, who? If not now, when? And I was like, wow, and we need some more teachers.
Oh, wow.
And then he laid this poem that I'm going to try to remember as best I can that really blew my mind, and it's still dear to my heart. He said this poem, it goes like this. Life without purpose is barren indeed. We can't plant the harvest unless we plant the seed. If we send no ships out, no ships will come in. And if there's no contest, nobody can win. For games can't be won unless they are played, and prayers cannot be answered unless they are prayed. And that's how I got started.
Wow. Powerful that you remember that these years later, but powerful that they put that in you too.
Yes.
So it's like I was in banking, and it's like we would tell people if you don't make a deposit, you can't make a withdrawal.
Absolutely.
And if you try to make a withdrawal without making a deposit, we call that bank robbery. So,
That's right.
so we want to make sure that you are making deposits, and you never know when those deposits that are made, I don't know how long ago, but let's say 20 years ago, then will come to, you will be able to withdraw them, and you don't know what they will come out to. So
Absolutely.
that's powerful. So shout out to your teachers.
Thank you.
Yeah, and for you remembering that. You talk
Absolutely.
about the same Leroy Williams with Picara?
Absolutely.
What?
Absolutely.
I'm gonna tell him he done made a difference.
Absolutely. And Mr. Bill McCrae,
And Mr. Bill McCrae.
Florida A&M University, yes. Mhm.
All right. The rattlers. You know, my husband's a half a rattler. What are you doing? You're a half a rattler. You're half a rattler and a half a gate. I don't know what that's called. It's all good. So fast forward, then you become a teacher and you see your son. So that's the first book, Bryce and the Tin Poodle. So that was about 11 years ago. It's 2014, I believe you said.
About 11 years ago.
2014. And then the one that I met, the book of yours that I met was Look at Me, I'm a Superhero. And so this is the one that we were talking about. There was a project that we were still trying to get off the ground. And I said, this would be great to show people the power of imagery. And I often quote Reverend Powell. He says, image breeds inspiration.
Absolutely.
So let me trade books with you because I want you to talk about Look at Me, I'm a Superhero.
Look at Me, I'm a Superhero. This book was inspired by my nephew and my great nephew and my great nieces. And I was in Atlanta with my sister and my brother-in-law and the great nieces. And it was, I think, Thanksgiving holidays. And so they was just playing with me. Look at me, Uncle Craig, and freeze. Look at me, Uncle Craig. I got the laser beams. Look at me, Uncle Craig. I'm so strong. And then I said, that's a book.
Okay. All right.
And so I came up with this character who has different superpowers. And it's, again, all my books are about using the imagination. And so I wanted any child to pick the book and say, you know what, I have the ability to do anything I want, to achieve anything I want through my imagination. So this kid, he's sitting down and he's just thinking that, man, maybe I can fly. Maybe I'm super strong. Maybe I have X-ray vision. And I'll read a portion. Look at me, I can fly high. I can jump into the beautiful sky. And so he's flying.
Our retired teacher over here is happy you're showing her the pictures. She's sitting right on the first row, happy you showing the pictures.
Then he goes, look at me, I'm super fast. I can race past you in a flash. And he's running past cars.
You gotta do the words. Zoom.
Zoom. Then he goes, look at me, I'm invisible. You can't see me because I am so incredible. And then he's turned invisible on the crooks. And then he says, look at me, I can freeze you. You can't move, you don't know what to do. And so he's using his freeze rays.
So I like the idea that, you know, these superpowers are ones that we see. I mentioned the comic books or the graphic novels that you see there, but that also that here's this little boy, again, imagery, who looks like, you know, could be my grandchild, and he is having this creative imagination, and the imagination is with his color as well. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And I love the way it ends. He's sitting down, he says, with my imagination, I can be whoever I want to be. As a superhero, I'll make sure the world is protected and remains super free. So he's using those superpowers to do good. So I want the kids to know, hey, if you have a superpower, you have a responsibility and do something positive with it.
So not only for yourself, but for others, too.
As well.
Yeah.
Yes.
I was having a conversation, I think you said you heard it on the radio with Robert Hill with WRNE and Choice 106, or Choice 93. When we were talking about in the 1800s when children's books really came around and were popular, then a lot of the imagery that you saw, especially for African Americans and other people of color, but specifically for African Americans, had this sort of ridiculous factor to it or stereotype factor to it. So I know you work with pretty much the same illustrator, Marcus Stallworth. What was that process like to decide how to portray the imagery in your books?
Well, with Marcus, Marcus is my childhood friend that grew up in the neighborhood. And as I said, it was funny that my dad and his dad were friends in school and they grew up together. And we didn't figure that out till a long time, up in age. But Marcus, he's just a super remarkable artist. And the first book I wrote, Bryson 10 Big Puddles, I had gave him like a child's image. You know, I had a teenager draw it. And I said, hey, could you do something with this? Then he called me back. He said, Broughton, this is your handshake to the world. Let me do your book.
Oh, wow.
And so he says, tell me what you're looking for. And I told him. And he says, well, just give me a couple of days. I'll get back with you.
Oh, wow.
And he sent me a small image of that right there, Bryson 10 Big Puddles. And it was like this guy just stepped into my brain, my mind, and he wrote it exactly like every book he writes is exactly as I see it in my mind. And that's how that started.
Wow, wow, powerful. And then your final one that we're going to talk about, because I want to make sure to leave time for questions, is your newest one,
Yes.
What Do You See, which really went, for me, to Women's History Month.
Yes,
yes. But it's kind of the companion to Look at Me, I'm a Superhero. But here, this is Stacy's Mirror, so let's trade books here.
Okay.
And Stacy's Mirror is kind of thick, too. Stacy got a lot of creativity. I like that.
Yes, yes. Wow, this book definitely gave me chills when it came to me. So I'll tell you the story. The backstory is I was at Elite Printing, and we were printing out someone Look at Me, I'm a Superhero. So my wife and I were driving down the road, and we get to a stoplight, and she starts taking selfies. I said, that's it. I said, little girls love taking pictures, and they need to have a great self-image of themselves. I said, that's Stacy's mirror. Then I said, babe, I said, I know it sounds crazy. I need you to start taking notes while I'm driving because the lights turn green. And I could just start feeling the words and the rhymes. And I just said, I just need enough, and then when I get home, I'm just scribble out the rest. And so that's how it happened. And so this book is, number one, is to encourage little girls' self-esteem so they can feel good about themselves. The self-image is extremely important. And then the second part, I want them to see a few of the opportunities that's out there for them. You know, they need to be exposed that they can be this, they can be that at a very young age. So that's the premise of this book. And of course, everything that I write has a rhyme because as a teacher, I found out kids love books that rhyme. And it makes them easier to learn, and they just get, it's like, you know, what they got the hip hop era now.
Yeah.
And so I'm like doing the Black Dr. Seuss thing where they listen to, they're reading and they loving this, the rhymes, and then they get very engaged in the book. And so.
So is Stacy's Mirror out yet? Is it?
Yes, it is.
It's already published?
Yes,
Okay.
it is published. It's on Amazon. And
did you bring some to sell?
I brought a few to sell.
I'm just saying, you know.
Yes, I did. Yes, I did.
Is that befitting for a 10-year-old and 11-year-old girl?
Oh, absolutely, absolutely.
So her question is, what's the age? What is, and that's a great question because I
Yeah.
forgot to ask that. What are the ages of your early readers?
Early
or-
readers,
okay.
elementary.
Okay.
Elementary,
Okay.
that's the age. What else can I tell you about this book?
Well, and let me say
Go
this
ahead.
too. I think it's important. I'm fortunate enough to have inherited my inherited my mother's children's book collection.
Awesome.
And in it, so we couldn't, as children, when she was, we couldn't touch her books. So because those were her workbooks, those were her books. But I just came to love. For children's books, the lessons, that you get these lessons and you get them rather quickly too.
Absolutely.
This imagery is great, and we know that there are Caldecott winners, Newbery, Coretta Scott King winners that people win. Kehinde Wiley is one who illustrates, and there Virginia Hamilton, so many who do that. But the lessons in it, to Anita's question, is that those books are also for adults too.
Absolutely.
Because they are really good lessons. Some of us as adults need that reiteration that we have creativity, that we still have a future and a vision.
Absolutely.
That maybe we need to fulfill.
Absolutely.
Yeah. But go ahead. I'm gonna let you read. Go ahead.
Okay. Well, I can do the first part. My wife is a registered nurse. And so I was thinking, I said, okay, when I write this book, I want these kids to, feel great about themselves and then see themselves. And so the mirror is the image that, you have this beautiful young girl, she's looking in the mirror, but she's using her imagination to see herself as an adult in different careers. And so she's standing in front of the mirror and she says, I'm smart, I'm beautiful, I'm talented, and I'm wise.
Go ahead.
Stacy looks in the mirror and she can imagine seeing herself even more clearer. Stacy is one who puts herself first. Stacy sees herself as a registered nurse. And then she looks in the mirror, she sees herself as a nurse. She sees herself as a doctor, a lawyer, an astronaut. She sees herself as a judge. She sees herself as a pilot. She sees herself as a basketball player. She sees... Book.
Oh, hold the book up? Oh, okay.
And even before Kamala Harris ran for president, there's a part in there where she can see herself as a president. And at the very end of the book, the young lady sees herself as a great, beautiful queen. And there we have it.
Wow.
Stacy's mirror.
For sale, too, I'm just saying. Well, so I want to end with first to thank you for just using all of these points in your life, whether it was your son or your wife, however you get to that, for really putting it out. I think writing is so important, and then being able to share that is a beautiful talent. So thank you so much. Thank you for saying yes to coming here. But what final words do you want to leave with people about your books and what they see in your books?
What I'd like to tell everyone is that it's extremely important for young people to read. And the earlier we get them attached and addicted to reading, I look at my daughter Jasmine. I read her so much when she was young. Here she is about 27 years old, and she still is addicted to reading. She has a library of books, and that's because young, I want her to love reading. And I'll tell you a little trick that I use for my children when they were small. So I used to teach, I didn't tell you this. I used to teach at Pensacola State College for 13 years as an adjunct instructor, and so I taught a lot of psychology. And one of the things I found out is that kids are very impressionable, and they form their self-image from the ages 0 to 8. And whatever comes in that 0 to 8 time period creates their self-image. So it's extremely important that you want to encourage them, build them up at that important time, and so forth. And I want you to tell everybody to read. Buy my books. I got caught up.
That's all right. That's all. That's gone. What I like. Somebody has a bumper sticker that says "Readers are leaders."
Absolutely.
I like that. Y'all, please
Absolutely.
join me in thanking Craig Broughton, teacher and children's book author. And he will be here after, but we do want to open it up for questions. And I just want to reiterate that although these are early reader books, these books are for all. And we always say that if children aren't ready to read, have the books in the home anyway.
Absolutely.
So when they're ready, the books will be there. Yeah.
Absolutely.
So let's open it up for questions. We answered all the questions. Neil, okay, we'll come Neil, and then we'll come back to Bobby.
Absolutely.
Okay. So the question is, do you include, because they didn't hear him on camera, do you include vocabulary so as the children grow, they will get it?
Absolutely. I definitely use vocabulary for the kids to get. I use what they call onomatopoeia, which you're doing a lot of repetition of saying the same thing over and over, and it makes it very easy for kids to pick up on the words, and they'll start reading a lot easier.
Okay. So even those of us in public school, I'm just kidding, okay? I always get David Williams, a board member, he goes, Rob, you always get on public school. I love public school. I went to every public school in Arkansas. Okay. Bobby?
Marcus Starwood.
So the question was, who is your illustrator that they're done very well?
Marcus Starwood, my great friend, he is a super duper artist. And I encourage anybody, if you need an illustrator for any type of book, or not just books, You can reach me and I'll reach him in Marcus Starworth, yes.
Okay. Yes.
So are your books in any of the local libraries? Are they in the Reading House program or anything like that?
Not yet, but that's
So the
part
question is, are the books in the local libraries or in the Reading Pals program?
Not yet, but that's part of the journey. That's part of the journey.
And a lot of the, I know, so Nicole Dixon's Black Bookstore and Cafe, which is very local, and then Barnes and Noble and Books A Million, they all have local sections for books, as well as even getting the books into our public schools.
Not yet, not yet. All that is on the way.
Okay, all right. Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
I especially like your books because you have colorful pictures. And pictures grasp a reader because once you read, you can see the picture, how it paints the picture what
Yeah.
you're reading. And I like that. I think you will sell more books like that. And for someone that's an average reader, and I'm not like Roy Jones. Roy Jones said he don't read.
I don't think I want to repeat that, but go ahead. That's blasphemy. That's blasphemy.
But he
That's next to undoing the Holy Ghost. But go ahead, go ahead. It just gave me
he
heebie-jeebies.
knows what he's able to comprehend what he needs to know in any issue that comes up. But I think that with the pictures, it helps a reader. It makes it exciting to read your book. And I'm going to get that book for my grandbaby because, like you said, reading is knowledge and it's power. Very powerful.
So I like, that brings me to one of the early books. I think this book was probably in the 60s. Do y'all remember Where the Wild Things Are? Maurice Sendak's book, who has no words in it, but the little boy is tasked with using his imagination because he doesn't want to go to bed. And so he's tasked with using his imagination to navigate this world of monsters and then Where the Wild Things Are. And so that book is powerful because it has such vivid imagery in it. Yeah. So that's it. Well, y'all, please join me again in thanking Craig Broughton, teacher and children's book author. And so he will be here afterwards to. I'm not promoting his book, but he'll be here to sell his books. So you can get, and as you said, then you can get those books. Do you have a website or something we can share, a Facebook or something?
I have a Facebook.
Okay.
I have
okay,
a Facebook.
all right.
You can go out to my Facebook, which is Craig Broughton's Children's published author.
Okay.
And I have my business cards here I can hand out to you as well.
You need to hire Nita Welcome as your agent
Yes,
over
I
here.
shall. and what I tell my students is if you can see it, you can be it.
Yeah.
And that's why we use our imagination, so we
Yeah.
can see ourselves and having and doing.
Yeah. Well, thank you. Oh, we have one. Oh, hold the books up. Okay, so we have the latest book is What Do You See? Stacy's Mirror. What Do You See? And this is Craig Broughton. So this is 2024. 2024. So this is his latest book. And then Look at Me. I Am a Superhero. Dun-dun-dun-dun. Is that the thing? Is that the Mickey Mouse? Dun-dun-dun-dun-dun.
Superman. Yeah.
Superman, something. Superman. What's that? What did Damon Wayans? What's that? The character he did? Handyman. Dun-dun-dun-dun. Handyman. Damon Wayans don't be calling me talking about I need some money because you promoted. I'm promoting books, Damon Wayans. Okay, Look at Me, I'm a Superhero. All right. And then his first book is Bryce and the 10 Big Puddles. So a great book about accounting. This was Craig's first book. We good? Yeah.
And I would like to say one more thing.
Okay.
I'm going to come out with another book that's going to be a companion to Stacy's Mirror. It's probably going to call it Craig's Mirror, and it'll be something for the little boys to see themselves as doctors, lawyers, astronauts, and what have you.
Nice. Oh, they got you. All right, Judge Bennett.
Just one comment. I loved comic books growing up, and I learned a lot of history from them.
Yes.
History comic books. You know,
they're trying to rewrite certain people's history.
Absolutely.
So that might be a very wonderful way of telling our children about the truth.
I like that. We'll see what I can do.
She actually grew up loving comic books and then learning a lot of history through comic books. So yeah, so that's a great way. Again, that whole entertainment factor. Yes, ma'am.
So I don't want to steal your thunder, so to speak, but a thought just has come to my mind as I was listening to you. And that is that last summer I went to Spain, and I have a degree in education. My major was Spanish at the high school level, and I picked up a book in Spain that is geared towards the middle school or high school, and it's all in Spanish about the history of Madrid. And that book is sitting in one of my bedrooms at home, just collecting dust, because I haven't found the opportunity to read that to any young lady or young man since I've come back from Madrid. And you've just reminded me that that book is there. And I would love the opportunity to use that book for a learning experience with a child.
Oh, wonderful. Yeah. And I wanted to do, thank you. So she said she has books in her closet on her travels that she hasn't had the opportunity to share. So how many teachers are waiting for opportunities for volunteers in the classroom or something for us to be able to share that? So Craig has his card. So make sure that y'all exchange cards and information. All right, we're going to end this portion again. Join me in thanking Craig Broughton for his amazing work, and he will be available after so that you can yes, and he does take Cash App, NAP, Venmo, Sinmo, Dumo, Omo, check Bebo. So we're going to give away, do we have 50-50? Do we have any? Okay, do you want to give away some money? Yes. Okay, well, Craig, hold on with us. We're going to give away a car and some money. and a free water pipe for 10 years, thanks to Commissioner Williams. All right, he didn't say that. When he runs again, he's going to say, Robin, you... a card. No. This is all right. This is a blue ticket. This is a blue ticket. So we're gonna, if you will, let's stand up here. If you will, get your blue tickets out here. This is 50-50. And how much do we have, Bobby? $25. $25. Oh, okay. All right. So this goes to, on behalf of Truth for Youth, Reverend John Powell. You got to read out the numbers because I ain't got my glasses.
The numbers are
There you go.
4, 5, 5, 4, 6, 1, 6.
4616. Somebody had to win. And if you left, we ain't got mail-in money. Okay, so read the last 4 again.
4, 6, 1, 6.
4616. Going once, going twice. 16. All righty, let's try. We're gonna go one more time. Let me have that one. Oh, excuse me. All righty. Shake it up, baby. Now, oh, ain't got no copyright money. 10 seconds, 7 seconds.
All right.
All right. What's the last 4?
The last 4 are 4, 5, 8, 9. 4, 5, 8, 9.
Are we reading last week's numbers? Maybe somebody bought some and left. All righty. Well, it's going to a good cause, so we're gonna do it. We're gonna do it one more time. Reverend Powell say, "Oh, they bought them and gave them to Reverend Powell. They bought them and gave Reverend Powell. That's a good thing."
4, 6, 0, 7.
4607.
4, 6, 0, 7.
I know.
There it is. Here's so many.
They bought them and donated and gave them, and left, huh? Okay, all right. Well, let's hand Reverend Powell here, we'll hand the money to you so you can, because you get it anyway, so. Come on, well, you're a preacher, we halfway. Okay, come on, Craig, and get in the picture there with them. Reverend Powell, hold your money up there.
Oh, we're getting close up now, huh?
That's
And
real
before you
money.
leave, do you have anything going on for Easter before we forget?
Easter's gonna fall on the 20th of April, and we're gonna do the normal Easter celebration where they grab and go, come get some candy and some eggs and stuff in the parking lot area there. We'll do it for about 2 or 3 hours for the kids.
Okay, so that's April 20th, at what time?
From 5 o'clock until about 6:30, 7 o'clock.
All right, and so he accepts donations of candy or cash or Venmo or Sendmo or Dumo or no mo. Don't send no mo. Don't send no mo. And then, so you're gonna get a picture with 2 Chainz tomorrow?
I don't know about the picture.
Come on now. He's coming for a good
He's
reason.
coming for a good reason.
Yeah.
I'm going to encourage people to vote.
Yes,
That's why he's coming, and we hope that everything goes smooth
it will.
in the process. We'll have enough adults out there to make sure it goes smooth, okay?
Good. Well, 2 Chainz is coming for a good reason,
He's
so
coming for a definite good
he's
reason.
coming for a great reason. So we're excited. And welcome to Pensacola. Get
Thank
you
you.
some mullet, 2 Chainz. I'm just saying. I don't know what else. The mullet and grits. I don't know what else. All right. Anything else? We good? Thank y'all, Mr. Williams. Thank you for coming. We appreciate it. Next month, Neil will be talking about financial investing, and so we're excited. Neil's been coming since day one. You ain't got to come up on the camera, Neil. I ain't telling you to come up on the camera. He's like coming on. He's like, I'm coming on up. You ain't got to sit on down. That ain't your time yet. It ain't your time yet. So thank you all out there in TV land who sit on down, Neil. You ain't coming up. What you go? Where you go? He's like, no, that's next month. That's not now. Thank you. I know, right? Give him a preview. You ain't bringing the check. Don't come up here. These people are real. You ain't bringing the check for Truth for You. Sit on down. So thank y'all so much for listening. Thank you to WBQP TV so much for being a partner, and to all of our sponsors. We're right here in the Eddie Todd Villa Square, to all the sponsors who make this possible. Thank you. Thank you to our great speaker, Craig Broughton, and
Thank
to
you, sir.
our partner for the last, I can't count, because remember I went to public school, 12 years,
Yeah,
12 years, Reverend John Powell with Truth for Youth. All right, we're still here, but good night, everybody.
Good night.
Good night.
You ain't got to go home, though. You ain't got to go home. I'm just saying, we still got 20 minutes to, all right.
About 20 minutes.
Y'all can get some more food.